All right, welcome back to Heath's house, where today we're doing a lot of everything all the time, and hopefully it all turns out right because we're gonna do some bratwurst in a few minutes. But I'm over here at my friend Kevin's house, and we're gonna check on his bees, and I'm gonna treat them for some mites. So he said this box doesn't have any in it, but I'm gonna look anyways, just to see what's in there. I was just seeing mostly if there's any bugs in here right now. But there's not, so that's good. That's good. He comes down here to talk to him all the time, kind of like I talk to my bees. So this plate's here because he puts water on it for the bees, so he can just chat with them while they're having a drink. Now I can see what's left of your fondant. They ate that up, didn't they?
Yeah. I use the Hive Alive. Same thing you do?
Yeah, I use that stuff too.
I haven't opened that like that in probably 2 months, and I've never scraped the wax.
I can tell.
Yeah, so because I didn't know if I should.
Yeah, we'll get that cleaned up another time. I just want to see if you guys got some brood, which you probably do because you got...
Well, this is the first winter that we've ever successfully had the bees last all winter.
So I am going to clean up some of this right here so I can get this frame open up.
Because their life cycle is what, 20 days, 21 days?
In the summertime,
Uh-huh.
yeah, they don't last very long in the summertime.
How about winter? Is it different?
Wintertime, yeah, she has babies in it's like November-ish time period.
Yeah.
And those babies last all year long, but they're also not doing much because they're just keeping the hive warm for her.
Oh, okay. So they're perfect.
Whereas these bees,
Mm-hmm.
they fly nonstop the whole time they're alive. So these guys right now,
Yeah.
they're going out foraging. When you see them by the pond,
Yeah.
they just do so much work that they just literally wear themselves out.
So they're going out collecting the pollen, bringing it back
Yeah.
to make the honey. And the ones she makes in November, will they basically never leave the hive?
They do some, but not much, because they should have all the food they need in there already.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get some of this out so I can put one of those other frames in there.
Okay. From the other box?
Yeah.
I have new frames that have not been used in the woodshed. Would that be better, or one of those are okay?
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. One of these are fine too.
Okay. And now, is it best to keep all of that? That's comb, right?
That's comb. Yeah, you can melt this down and turn it into chapsticks. She can make some like balms or something like that.
Uh-huh. And is it best to remove that so they can have the space they need to continue to do what it is that they do?
So bees only need it's only like a few millimeters. I forget what it is. But you can see the glistening stuff. That's honey.
Yeah, there's little drops in there glistening.
Yeah, that's honey stuff. But this frame had brood last year. That's why it's dark like this.
Okay.
This one does not have any brood right now. We're gonna set this to the side for a second.
And we talked about identifying the queens before.
Oh, I suck at that.
I do
Liz
too.
is very good at that.
Yeah,
Liz can identify the queen instantly. Watch out, ladies. Come on. You know I don't like smushing you girls. So hopefully, so this is honey with some pollen. So that's honey, but you see the orange dots?
Yeah.
That's all pollen. So that's
Okay.
bee bread.
Uh-huh.
That's what they feed everything.
So, and then the thing that looks wet, that's the honey?
That's the honey.
And bee bread.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's the pollen.
And
so
that's-
these are all worker bees right here, like nurse bees or whatever. They're all collecting stuff.
Yeah. So that's what they'll feed the brood, that bee bread?
Yep.
So they can turn, is it true that they can turn the pollen into either bee bread or honey?
No, the pollen is just bee bread. They have to have nectar for honey. It's two different things.
Okay.
Which is why when they're getting a lot of pollen
Uh-huh.
and no nectar that's in bloom,
Yeah.
you would feed them so they can have the energy they need.
So should I still be feeding them right now?
They're getting honey. My bees are too. I fed my bees and they haven't touched it because I don't know what they're getting it from right now.
Maybe the golden forsythias I saw some bumblebees. I don't know if honeybees would do it too because of their proboscis being different sizes, but I saw some bumblebees pollinating the little buds that come out on the weeping willow trees.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's an early spring bloom. And then you saw those little blue flowers all over the yard.
Yeah, those little blue flowers are adorable. I might have to steal some of those from you.
Yeah.
All right, so here we got brood.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's the
So
part that's...
see if you see a bee that's bigger and putting her butt in something. Almost every bee you see will have their face down, but the queen puts her butt down.
I found her.
You did?
She's marked with a green dot. She's right here. See her?
Oh my God, yes. Hey, look, right here in the center.
Right there.
Right there. Oh my God, we found the queen.
Finally found the queen.
But that is all brood. So that brownish cap stuff. Oh, you can see one that's getting. See the little larva?
Over here?
Like right at the very bottom of the brood. Cap stuff?
Down here?
Yep,
oh,
right
yeah,
there.
right there, yeah.
So those, they're going to cap them in just a second.
Oh, yeah, all those, right?
Yep.
Those are all larvae?
Yep.
Wow, man, that's
And then you
awesome.
got brood on that side too.
That's the first time I've ever seen the queen.
And there's a bunch of eggs. You can't hardly see them. They're just little dots.
That's not that. That's honey, right?
That's honey. But like to look to the left of these eggs, where the larva is,
Yeah.
those little tiny little dots. They're like little
Down in
specks.
there? Down there?
Over here to the right.
To the right?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, down in there?
You'll see a tiny little speck.
Okay.
And they're hard to see, but yeah, she's laying some eggs. Nice.
Wow. That would be the same queen that I got when I bought this snook off of the beekeeper last spring.
Yep.
Because queens, they live up to 7 years, is that right?
They do. I think you only like they probably will like supersede or swarm
Right.
at like 4 or something because they start laying less and
Uh-huh.
and yep, you have brood on this one too.
Yeah.
Not that's honey, but
Oh yeah, let's see, the brood is right in this area, right?
Yep.
Everything that's Captain Brown.
yep,
All right.
that's brood.
Now, looking down at the bottom of that box with that tray out, are those mites? All that little dust-looking stuff down there?
No, that's like where they open and close the cappings.
Oh.
Now, when I treat these guys, girls,
Yeah.
we come back in here and look, you'll see mites at the bottom at that point.
Okay. Because they'll die and fall off.
Yeah.
These are pretty...
So you have 1.5 frames with brood.
Okay.
Not a ton of brood, but that's
Yeah.
okay because she's laying right now,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing. Like that's good.
Now, as spring comes along and there's buds and blossoms and flowers everywhere and they have more of a food source, will that cause her to lay more than she is right now?
Yeah. We're gonna get these. So this year what we'll do is focus on getting these girls just bigger, like the colony bigger.
Yeah.
And so when the winter comes, we'll have both of these boxes full of honey and brood.
Really?
Yep.
And you can do that with this colony you have here
Yep.
now.
And then, so we might not take as much honey from these girls this year,
Right?
but then next year, when we come into this in the spring, it'll look like mine does.
Yeah.
And you'll have, like mine right now is 2 of these boxes, and there's bees on 6 to 7 frames in each box.
And they're 2 boxes high?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. You know, I've never taken honey from these. The main reason that we have bees here on our homestead is because behind the camera, which you can't see right now, but which Heath has seen, we have about 48 fruit trees here that we planted. We have a blueberry patch over there. We actually, I didn't point this out on our walk, but we have an apple orchard in the back. We want the bees basically to just pollinate. And the honey that we do buy locally is produced by bees from the guy that we actually bought these bees from. So we're eating local honey, but I would like to start taking some honey from these bees, but our number one priority has always been the pollination.
There was a bug down in there. A little bit, I think.
And these bees, they're very peaceful, aren't they?
They are very peaceful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even wearing any gear, and I haven't even had one land on me. And I think, Heath, would it be accurate to say that a lot of this is because I come down here and talk to them every day?
Yeah. They literally see you every day and they smell you every day.
Yeah, so they don't feel threatened.
Yeah, they don't feel threatened.
My wife dearly came down to watch, but once you opened the box and pulled out a frame, she took off running. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
I did.
She's terrified of these
So we're
things.
gonna put this back in where it was. Man, bees are so friendly.
Yeah, they are. I wish I'd have started doing this years sooner.
Yeah.
I always thought there was more to it, but you know, I was telling Heath earlier that basically I just leave him alone. I don't do any of the stuff he does, and I know that I probably should. But you know, I appreciate you doing this stuff, Heath. But if everybody out there who's so concerned about the planet and the world and all these things, put your money where your mouth is and go out and spend $220 on a box of bees and feel a little bit better about what's going on, because all you got to do is put them in the box and leave them alone, and right, they pollinate.
Yeah. And they're very friendly.
Yeah, I think I got these boxes from Amazon for like $100 each. They come, and you got to put them together, and even I was able to do that. It's pretty easy. And then you can get a box with a queen and her colony for about $200-ish from a local beekeeper. And most of them, if you don't want to handle the bees because maybe you're a little bit scared of them, like my wife is, most beekeepers will come set it up for you. They might charge you an extra fee, but you've got bees in your yard, and you're not just helping your yard and your property. I mean, these bees, they don't know where the boundary lines are.
Yeah, they travel 5 miles.
Yeah, so if your neighbor half a mile down the road has a garden, these bees will go help pollinate that garden, give your neighbor better vegetables, and they're coming back and making honey for you. There's just there's no downside to having honeybees unless you're allergic, and you would die if you got stung. But other than that, there's really no downside.
So next time you come over too, I'm gonna cut you a notch in this.
Yeah.
Actually, I might have an extra top. I don't know. Or we'll cut you a notch in this. That way they have a roof, like a roof to get out of.
Yeah. What? So they could go out the top?
Yeah. It just gives them an extra exit to get out of.
Oh, okay.
And it's protected from the rain too, because it's actually underneath this. And so it'll cover it up. And then if you want them to come out the top,
so they come out that notch,
yeah,
and then they come crawl
you would
down
push
this
it
way?
forward, and then it's open. But if you push it backwards, they won't be able to get out.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty neat.
But I totally forgot to put those other frames in there.
Are there bees on them?
Yeah. I was cleaning this thing off.
You're creating a bunch of homeless bees out here, man.
No, they'll go back in.
Oh, you were going to put the frames from that box in there? Yeah. So you keep your box completely full of frames?
Yeah, if you don't, they just, in these, they have a little wax on it.
Yeah, I used those several years ago with a colony that didn't work out quite well.
You want to keep your box packed.
Okay.
Because otherwise they fill up, as you saw, all that comb was in there, right?
Yeah. So
if they don't start doing comb on here,
yeah,
I'll bring some wax over and we'll re-wax these for you.
Yeah.
And then they'll start laying. They don't like laying on bare plastic.
Huh.
Yeah, no, they're looking pretty good.
Yeah. They look nice and healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the queen's laying.
And then we'll come back with a plastic bag to pick this stuff up.
Yeah.
But we want to get that out and not leave it, because then other critters might come in to get it.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm going to treat, which means I got to put my mask on.
Yeah, they never got angry. Didn't even get that one angry one coming around making threats.
Yeah. Like I said, it's probably because you come out here and hang out with them so much.
Yeah. I ride that little mini bike over here, sit here and turn it off. Talk to them while I have a cold beverage.
All right, so let's turn this on. And then once it warms up, we'll give them a little treatment. And typically you'd want to shove something in front of that entrance, what you do, but they'll be fine.
So they don't come out?
Yeah.
Because if they come out, they're not being treated.
Yeah. But like I said, there's that's going to cover, I got 4 grams for that, so it's going to cover everything in that box. And it's not going to cover anything that's inside the brood anyways, but it'll get everything that's on them right now. And then next time I come out, we'll do another treatment and just to knock the mite load down.
Okay. Yeah, that bottom of the box is torn up a little bit because I was putting the hive alive there in the winter, and a possum was coming through at night and eating what they didn't, and he tried to dig his way in there. So I actually took this tree guard off of this rose of Sharon bush and put it around the box to keep it there all winter, to keep that vermin out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this grows a very beautiful, like, sky blue.
And then once I do the treatment, you might want to back up.
Okay.
This is organic
Okay.
and very safe for bees,
Yeah.
but it's not good for humans. And actually, I told him 4 grams, but this is a single deep, so I'm going to switch this down to 2 grams. Well, I forgot to turn the recording back on. So we are all done with the treatment. I did 2 grams instead of the 4 grams. And you can see a little bit right now, it's still coming out a little bit, but yeah, this should be good. It's not going to get rid of all the mites because the OA does not penetrate the cappings at all. But it'll give them a nice kick down to the mites that are in there. And the next time we come out, I'm going to look at the bottom board and see how many mites fell down. So yeah, that was fun. And this is the first time you guys saw the queen with me, because apparently I need to bring Kevin to my house because he can find her pretty easy.
As long as she has a green dot on her abdomen.
I think mine has a dot too. I just forget what color it is. All right, well, thanks for stopping into Heath's house. I'm going to get this stuff put away so I can go pick up my kid. He's going to have a sleepover over here. And then we're going to get the smoker going and do some brats. I'll see y'all around.